Holy moly! Holy moly!
Holy moly.
Holy moly! Woo! Okay. Welcome back.
Was that your intro?
Yeah, that was my intro. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to That's the Name Podcast. This is That's the Real Nacho Podcast because I did it! I made the nachos. And if you want to see the nachos, you're going to have to go to my disc. I didn't think this through.
What?
I didn't think
I thought you were going to show them.
Yeah, but I don't have... I can't do picture without it being weird and showing Discord. Because I'm trolling.
Didn't you just show this?
Give me a second. Wait. I could, but that sounds concerning. And Discord is concerning.
Need to see the nacho.
They do need to see the nachos. Okay. Give me a second. I need to think this through real quick. I need to find a way to nachos. I was gonna like put it up on my phone and be like, boom. But like, no, you see, the thing is, Scott, I've already got like Discord open on my screen here, right here, with Vince's
Why is there
face.
a Sag in the top right?
Wouldn't there be? The Sag has got to stay, dude. We're happy, but the Sag stays, dude. The Sag is just there. He's vibing. Okay, I will find a way. Give me a second. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're going to... Vince, you're gonna disappear for a second, okay? I'm sorry, but you gotta go, dude. You gotta go. And by that I mean we're doing this. We're going to my in-game. I don't know why this is like this. But wait, can I? Oh my god. Well, it be like that, I guess. I'm gonna steal this over here real quick, so I can do something, and you guys get to see my desktop. This is the most unprofessional thing we've done on the podcast, but it be like that. Because it's very important.
Like you kind of sound like you're rambling to yourself, and like the insane man that was sitting next to me on my flight.
Yes, of course I am, because I am the
insane
man.
Progressively worse though. It kind
of be like that. Okay.
Sometimes I heard him talk, and I thought
nachos.
He had Bluetooth, but jeez,
nachos.
Okay, I can see your desktop.
Nachos. Boom. Nachos. This is like the cheesiest nachos in the history of the universe, by the way. Like, I can do this. Boom. All the nachos. So you can see there's just a ball in the corner. That's fine. We're used to this. It do be like that.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yep. It does what it do, dude. It does what it do.
Did you get like a shot of you like taking a nacho out?
No, I didn't, because I just kind of devoured the nachos. So that's exactly what happened. What I'm gonna do is now I have to go.
So what's that? What's next to the guac?
What's next to the guac? There was like I added like give me a second. Let's pull it back to this. So next to the guac there was I have completely forgotten already. I need to take a look at this picture. That's hilarious. There was yeah. There's salad. Put salad there. We made some salad because we weren't sure if it was enough, and I was meant to put the lamb in with everything else, but I kind of trolled and completely forgot to put the lamb in with the rest of the stuff. So I just had it on the side, and you know what? It actually really worked. So
I mean, it's fine either way. It's just
like
liquid and beef, you know.
Liquid. Well, I don't know what. Yeah, it wasn't too much liquid actually. Yeah. It was just like. Yeah, it was lamb. Because we don't need beef in my house.
Wet and dry, the way God intended it.
The way God intended it. Fuck's sake. But yeah, dude, that was we did it.
How long did it take to make?
About 2.5 hours.
Oh no! Why did it take so long?
Because grating cheese, and it takes a while. And I didn't take this into... So I started at like 6:30 and I was done at like 9. And I was like, yeah, this happened. It was, but you know what? It was bloody good. It was bloody good, mate. So
because you had to like get all of the... You couldn't buy like shredded cheese, right?
You couldn't, because the pre-shredded cheese has stuff on it to make it melt less for some reason.
Yeah,
didn't work the same way.
It's kind of weird because like I feel like when I just melt like shredded cheese
Yeah.
at home. It doesn't really make a difference, but maybe if you like actually bake it at like very high temperature, it does.
Yeah. I think the main like reason it took so long, I think, was just the fact that it took forever for me to get everything ready. Like, there was just so many different ingredients that I was sitting there going, okay, I need to get this, and I need to get that, and I need to get this, and I need to get that, and I need to get this, and I need to get that. And, like, it doesn't look like a lot, but there was a metric crap ton of herbs and spices I shoved in that meal. Like, there's so many different things that I had to do.
Do you remember that there was this Charlie video, and he looked at like this Mexican guy called Jack, and his cooking, and he put like
maybe, yeah.
3 packs of shredded cheese into his nachos.
To be fair, I used like almost like a kilo of shredded cheese. Like, I used a lot of shredded of cheese. I mean, just in general. And I have a food processor, and I like legitimately, I was just like, how am I going to shred this cheese properly? You know what? There's like a thing that on there that like grates carrots and stuff. So I was like, you know what? This will work for cheese. And so I spent like a solid 20 minutes with just chunks of cheese, pushing them into a food processor to fucking shred it, which is something.
Oh no! How did you feel afterwards? Did you feel terrible?
No, dude, it was like, I was like over the moon that I was done. Like, I made this meal. Dude, it tasted so good. Like, so good.
I don't doubt that it tastes good. I'm not like, did you destroy the toilet?
No comment.
No comment. Oh.
No comment. No comment.
Because I remember you saying something here where
there was a lot of jalapenos. We'll leave it at that.
Oh no!
You can leave it to your imagination. Just how many hours I was on the toilet.
You have to shit at the neighbor's place now. No more toilet at your house.
You know, we have a store in the back with a toilet, and I was out there for 10 days and 10 nights straight.
Yeah, you had to like shit in a hole, like the true Indian way rage.
Yeah, dude, I had to kill a bear for warmth. To go full Luke Skywalker, dig my way into the bear for warmth midway through shitting. Oh my god. This is not where I expected this to go.
How would you rate the nachos? Out of 10?
Out of 10, I'd say a solid 9. The only thing I would say is that I feel like because of the pure mass of cheese, it kind of became a thing where at some point, like, we couldn't eat it the next day properly. You had to like properly, like, I had to shove it in the microwave for like a solid 3 minutes to fully melt the cheese again in order to eat it the next day, because it was just a pure block of cheese with a single nacho sticking out at that point, which was something. But like, otherwise, I think it really was like, it was genuinely really good. And if you want the recipe and stuff, binging with Babish, search it up, nachos, you'll find it. It's amazing. It's great.
Did you end up liking the guac?
I don't like guac, so I didn't have any. But my sisters loved it, so sure, that works. We take those. The guac also took ages to make. But I also used a food processor to make it, so sure. Could have probably taken longer.
Sure. I just noticed it looks like I have like extremely long arms if I do this.
It really does.
This angle.
Wait. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I showed Yannick this camera, and he just thought this microwave was like extremely high up. It's not really. I can reach it from here.
Like, yes, it's like, yeah.
I think my angle was a bit like further down at that point, but yeah, it looks weird.
It does look pretty weird from this angle. Yeah, it looks kind of funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a nice random microwave hanging in the middle of nowhere. It's great.
Yes.
Oh, amazing. I love how we
All
can
right.
just see some bananas in the background as well. Is that like
Yeah,
a
I just
lemon with it? Or is
yeah, I
that just
got
one
okay.
banana?
So I got a lemon because
The
I was
fuck?
gonna make pasta that required a lemon, but then I couldn't find a garlic, so now I just have a lemon for no reason.
I can
Yeah.
bring you a
Well,
garlic if you want.
yes, please make
I'll
me a
bring you
garlic.
a
I could
garlic.
not, for the life of me, find garlic in the fucking supermarket thing because I don't
Oh
know
my
where you guys hide your garlic. It's
with the, I mean, I don't know if that's the best, biggest supermarket to be fair. So that kind of makes
yeah,
sense.
I couldn't find, but yeah. So
Fair enough, dude.
yeah, let's talk about me being in T-land.
In Tealand, governor, gotta hand over the tea. Hand over the tea. Hand over. Can't even do it.
Hand over. I don't have tea. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I don't really drink tea that much.
You're
Also,
slacking, dude.
I don't put milk in my tea like you do. No, no, no,
Oh my god.
no. I'm pretty sure you're the only country that does that.
How the fuck do you realize? Okay, I'm gonna ruin you right now. Okay, so I come from an Indian household, and the way we make tea is not at all the way everybody else in England makes tea. What we do is we put tea bags, some spices, and then just milk in a pan, and we boil it until it rises, and then you leave it for a bit until it looks very brown, and you pour it out and you call it tea.
It seems like a lot of effort to make tea.
It is, but it's really good. And then, you're lactose intolerant vaguely, so you die. But it's okay. Because it was worth it.
It's okay. Most people are, and they do. They seem to live on. So
It's fine, dude.
it's okay.
Oh, jeez. Do be like that. Do be like that. Oh.
So yeah, it's Sunday now. I arrived here Friday evening.
Yes.
After Mr. Rage picked me up from the airport.
I had to physically pick him up,
um,
grab his stuff, and run.
Yes, I had 3 hours of sleep, so that was fun.
If it's any consolation, I had 3 hours of sleep today. So.
Why?
I had somewhere to be at 8 in the morning, and I couldn't sleep. So.
Oh right,
yeah. It'd be like that.
So, yeah, after we arrived here, we just got Burger King and made sure when Rage would shit, he would just actually explode his entire house.
We had to fumigate the house.
Yeah.
Toxic gases, dude. Toxic gases. Human waste. Some very dangerous materials in the house, dude. Concerning.
Yeah. I mean, overall, I think the travel was fairly went pretty well. You know, other than that guy the old man I was talking to you about, that was next to me, and just he kept talking to himself because I thought he had like a Bluetooth thing in, but when I looked at his ear, he doesn't have anything. So I'm just a bit confused, like if he's talking to me, but he wasn't, because sometimes he would talk to me just to like take a picture of the fucking city or something, right?
Uh-huh.
And yeah, that was kind of weird. He was the only person there that drank white wine during the flight, which I didn't know was a viable option.
It's a viable option. The thing with alcohol when you're on a flight is because of the altitude, you get mega drunk mega fast.
Really?
Yes, and I can tell you two things. So if you drink on a flight, you get super drunk very fast. And the second thing is if you take I used to have like flight sickness, right? And I went on a trip to somewhere like to Crete with some of my friends, right? And before we went, I took some flight sickness tablets. And we were sitting there and we were eating in like a Thai restaurant. I completely forgot. Wagamama's, that's it. It's not really Thai. I don't remember what it is, but it's something. Long story short, I bought sake, which is a very strong alcohol. Yeah. I had like a tiny fucking pot of it. Had it with these, because I'd already had these flight sickness tablets already. Oh my god, my motor skills went out the fucking window. Like, I mean... I
Did you
felt
drink
so heavy.
sake and flight sickness tablets?
Yes, because I didn't consider that those things were going to be bad together. And like I had the flight sickness tablets like an hour before I had the sake, but then I had the sake, and then we had to run for the flight, and I just remember being like, like full drug, full sprinting for this flight. I got on the flight, and I was just like, I'm done, dude, and I just fell asleep for the entire flight.
Oh god.
Yeah, dude, it's just both of those things are bad ideas. Bad ideas.
Yeah, I also heard that like they usually put like a shit ton of salt on food because you don't taste as well in the
Yeah.
air when you're at that altitude.
Mm.
Which is kind of weird because they gave us like a piece of cake, and I feel like you could sort of tell, but also not really.
Yeah. Yeah. There was an interesting thing where I heard someone saying that this I don't know if this is necessarily true, but people with like one of my friends like went on a trip, right?
Yeah.
And they said that they were eating food on there, and for a second they thought that they had COVID because they couldn't
no.
taste the food properly.
No.
And they were like, what the hell? This is super weird. They got tests and they were fine. But there's just like concerned, dude. Speaking of that, very briefly, I would like to mention that I have two separate friends who are currently in isolation that aren't you right now because they people in their family have got COVID, but they haven't, and so they're in isolation. And I haven't seen either of them. Obviously, like one of them, I wouldn't be able to see because he's an internet friend. But like, it's like exactly the same time they both message and like, oh yeah, in isolation. Just that's fun.
Yeah.
Just randomly.
So on the 15th, I'm
Yes.
allowed to take a test to leave isolation, which is
Amazing.
in 2 days.
2 days.
2 days. I'm allowed to take tests to leave,
Yes.
which is freedom. Woo.
Freedom. Whoa.
Oh,
We do love
dude.
freedom. And you're leaving what, like Christmas Eve, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
It'd be very sad if I missed the plane.
It would be very sad if you missed the plane, but
Very, very sad if I had to participate in a Rage Christmas.
oh my god, that would be something else. I don't know about that one, Coach.
Do you guys celebrate Christmas?
We do. And my niece and nephew are like part of our support bubble, so they are coming around for Christmas and Boxing Day. And don't tell anybody, but I have bought my niece a ukulele because I have a guitar and she loves playing my guitar, but it's too big for her and she can't really play it very well. So I thought, you know what? I'll just buy her a ukulele, learn to play ukulele, which is interesting, shall we say. I know one song and not very well.
Do you have it?
Do
you have it with you?
Yes, I have it with me.
I
showed it.
Yeah.
Okay. But yes, I can play one song on it, not very well, and then that's it. So, yeah, great.
The guitar's so weird that you actually just can't play it if you're tiny. It's pretty funny.
It's pretty big, and she's pretty small, so she can play it, but it's just very awkward for her to play anything on it. So it's just a bit like,
I mean,
yeah,
piano you can play when you're like 8, dude.
Yeah.
6, I don't know. Ask actual players.
Yeah. Ask people who play instruments. It's crazy. But yeah, dude. Speaking of instruments, we did make progress on song that we were attempting to make. However, we did also realize that Vince coming to England meant that all of his stuff is still in the Netherlands.
Yeah, I didn't transfer those files,
which is unfortunate. But you know what?
I can redo it because your file is still on Discord. But
yes.
The shit I added is not.
Yeah. So
although
we can either redo it or we can do.
I have a new chord progression for you to try.
Sure, dude, I'm down. We can do it on the ukulele as well, and we'll learn to do that.
Great.
Oh, Jesus.
I also need to record shit for school, but
yes.
I might just pretend I recorded your stuff, so
Sure, dude.
that's life.
Yeah, dude. fine.
Just kidding, not real. Not real. If you're watching school, I'm lying.
I'm
Just
his.
jokes.
He's recording me play
Jokes.
because he is hiring me to be a player for his. It's everything else is him. He is the brains to. No joke. He is the brains to all of this. I don't know chords.
The brains.
The brains. That's the brains podcast.
That's the brains.
That's the brains. But yeah, like legitimately, he was like Vince was sitting there and he's like, "So what chords do you want to play?" And I'm like, "I do not know chords. I only know how to play this one song on guitar. Hello." Which was interesting. But searching it up on the internet and aggressively playing it for several minutes to learn it worked, I guess.
I'll be honest. I think keyboard has to probably be like one of the easier instruments to play because you can just play what you want. You don't have to like grow a seventh finger to actually be able to play it. You know.
Yeah.
You don't have to murder your hands for it like with a guitar.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like it actually takes some time to actually be able to play the chords, and when on keyboard, it only takes time if you want to like learn it
properly
from the top of your head.
Yeah.
But it's not like you touch those three notes any differently. It's pretty much the same.
Whereas guitar, you can play the same chords 7 different ways. And then cry because you can't play any of them in a way that makes any sense reasonable to the rest of the song. It's great.
Yeah, also with keyboard, you can just change like your shit in the software anyway, so
it's easy peasy.
Easy.
Fine.
To fix it. Right.
Yeah. So, what is next on the list of the list?
I just saw that game, Phasmophobia.
Phasmophobia.
And it added a prison map.
Oh, they added a prison.
They added a prison.
Well, I guess I gotta shout about Karen in the prison map now, so that's gonna be fun. I'm
not entirely sure if they actually changed a lot.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is still just one guy or something. It's not actually. Maybe he's trying.
By the way.
Yes. I mean, I'm sure he's gonna try and hire more people now.
Hopefully. Yes.
But yes, hopefully. Because I feel like the game could definitely be very good if just like a little. It's already good, right? It's just it doesn't have too much replayability.
Yeah, it gets to a point where the replayability kind of stops because it becomes just the same thing and there's no like goal to it, kind of thing. If that makes sense. Where the goal is always just find out what the ghost is, and there's nothing past that, so it never gets any different.
Yeah, I feel like probably the first 20 hours you played are like the most fun you'll get out of it.
Yeah, for sure.
And then
it's good game though. It's definitely worth the money.
Yeah, and then it's usually just you have to kind of play with the right people. You have to play with people that haven't played it as much, and it's funny.
Yeah, or you just have to be a crackhead and just do some dumb shit. Legitimately, it got to the point where, in order to make the game fun, I was just sitting in the dark. Sitting there just being like, "Hello ghosts, come kill me, you bastards, let's go, fuck me up, let's go, kill me, what are you doing?" And they just shout their name 30 times and see what happens, and then the ghost appears and I take a picture and I was like, "Oh, cool, that's cool. I will say, however, the one thing in that game that still terrifies me is when it's the little girl ghost and she's crawling around.
Oh yeah,
that's horrifying.
But for some reason you very rarely only get her.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. I think I've only got her like 3 times, and we've played a lot. You know? But, I mean, we haven't played like till we're like level 100 or some shit, but still, we're
like 50, 60-ish, which is kind of a lot. The one that I see the most is the dude with the sickle, and the dude with the sickle is not at all scary. It's just a dude with a sickle.
But wasn't there a female with a sickle?
There's a female with a sickle as well. There's like the fat female with the sickle and the really thin dude with the sickle. For some reason, they like sickles. I don't know. It'd be like that. Speaking of Phasmophobia, though, it did actually win an award at the Games Award. Woo! Big respect to that. It won best debut game, which, to be fair, it looks like the best on that list. I only knew one of the other. It's the only one.
Kind of a fake reward, because you might as well just say best game on release, which is also which would technically be the best game of the year. Would it not be? Would
not
it not
necessarily. Sort of, kind of, because there are some games that have got a lot better over this is still. This game isn't actually fully released yet. I'm pretty sure it's still in alpha or beta or something.
Yeah.
Whereas stuff like Hades has been released for a while, but then got its full proper release now, which is,
I guess, with debut they mean these early access kind of games. Maybe.
Probably. Or most of them look like not from massive studios as well. So you've got Carry On, Mortal Shell, Raji the Attorney, the Ancient Epic, and Roki, I think that said. And all of them are from somewhat small. I'd say somewhat small, but they're not the big names, right? They're not AAA, at least.
Yeah.
So speaking of Game Awards, I wanted to talk about some of the games. Firstly, we're going to talk about some injustices. Gods Among Us, no. Some injustices in the games. I feel, personally, that Hades did not win anywhere near enough at all, in the slightest. That game deserves so many awards, and it only won one or two. It won Best Action, and then I think that was it. Yeah. Which is sad.
It's kind of a weird situation because it's not like a AAA game, but it has kind of the quality of it. But when it comes to reputation, I'm pretty sure people there's a lot of people that just don't know about the game still.
Yeah.
Compared to pretty much everyone knows The Last of Us.
Yeah, that's true. I did also do some research into the way the Game Awards works, and according to my research, and I don't know if this is necessarily true, so feel free, somebody who watches this, to correct me if this is wrong, but they have a jury that makes up for 90% of the votes, and then the other 10% is the viewer votes, right? Which feels a bit weird, and it kind of looks like that kind of skewed things, because they're looking at it. Last of Us won a lot, and I don't necessarily know if its reception to the public was as good as this would show. Don't get me wrong, I don't think Last of Us 2 was a bad game. I didn't actually play it myself, but from what I've seen and the stuff that I've watched, it seemed like a decent game and it told a good story, but I don't think it held up to the first one as well as it probably could have, which is fair. It's a different game, but also it's not got shit on Hades, in my opinion. I could play through Last of Us 2 and then that would be it. And Hades, I know it's a fucking roguelike or roguelite. I don't know how to say it. I don't know which one it's meant to be. Roguelike, one of the two.
But I mean, Hades is technically still. Is it?
What was that? You cut out.
Is Hades still an indie game?
It's an indie game, but it's been released. Yeah. So I think it's an indie game. Well, Supergiant it was an indie. It was indie before, but I don't know if it's counted as indie anymore. But they're not a big company. They're a very good company. A lot of their games have been extremely good.
The way I feel about these awards, I wouldn't be completely surprised if they didn't even nominate Hades for anything.
Yeah.
A lot of these are just EA, Infinity Ward.
Yeah.
Sony. Cool.
It's just AAA big companies, and that's it.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, and that's the funny thing, because if you look at Player's Voice, which is the one I believe is it's 100% public votes, right? And the games on there, Ghost of Tsushima, I think that's how you say it. I don't know, I haven't played it. Also looks very good. Doom Eternal, Hades, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and The Last of Us Part 2, and Ghost of Tsushima 1.
So, is it ranked in the wiki?
I don't think it's ranked.
Okay.
But it's Interesting. Very interesting.
Ghost of Tsushima, also published by Sony.
Also, yes. But a lot of people who I've talked to who have played the game said that Ghost of Tsushima was very good. Like, really good. So, sure. Oh, it's fair enough, dude. Fair enough. And, like, I've only heard good things about that game. And Vince is frozen. Well,
I wonder if it's yeah, it's definitely weird they have like only voted by players.
Yes, hello.
Okay.
There we go.
You can hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of weird they have just one award that's kind of just done by judges and then one just by players.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird they do both.
Yeah.
You can kind of just see like the difference it makes, and
it really does.
Usually people don't want to show that.
Yeah. It's an interesting one. But at the very least, like, I'm not like angry or anything that Last of Us has won, and specifically like best performance for voice actress Laura Bailey as Abby in Last of Us. Laura Bailey's great, so sure, great, awesome. And I'm not like I like a lot of these games feel reasonable for winning, and I do think Last of Us is potentially a very good game. Sure, I just don't know personally. It's not. I just think Hades is better. Speaking of which, if any of you have some spare money and want to play a game that you can play for literally hundreds of hours on end, Hades is the game for you. Like, it is so good. It is like, I have on my Steam, no other game is classed as my favorite, and then there's just Hades. Like, I'm not even joking.
It's also just because like the developers of Hades have so far been like a way like morally okay company.
Oh yeah, like actually,
Sony. They've been yeah. From what I've seen and stuff, they've just been treating their workers very well and stuff.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That's cool. We love not torturing.
We love not torturing our workers.
It's one of my favorite activities, actually. I do it every day.
Amazing. One of the other things about Hades that I personally really love is the music design. And just the songs in that game. Oh my god. So good. I don't know. Have you heard any of the songs for it?
I've heard it like somewhat through when I watch you stream it.
Yeah. Okay. But like they have I've forgotten the guy's name, which is really disappointing to me. But they had like they have one music director for the entire composer for like this and a bunch of the other games that they created, and he is great, and he played and sung for Orpheus in the game, and it is so good. Like, it is so good. It's amazing.
Amazing,
dude. Amazing.
Who won best score? Yeah, okay, yeah.
Best score.
I think we kind of talked about it beforehand.
Yeah.
So Final Fantasy VII, the remake, won the best score of music, which I haven't played it, but I assume they reuse a lot of the songs anyways from the old one.
Sounds about right. I don't know.
It's pretty funny.
I also haven't played it, but from what I've heard, they
Hades was also nominated for it though.
Yes, Darren Korb. That's it. He is awesome. He's also a legend because he put they put on the Supergiant Games YouTube he literally composed it for guitar and wrote a tab and basically did a walkthrough of one of the songs on guitar on there, which I tried to learn for a bit, and I would quite like to learn. It's good. Not very good at it, but I'm trying. we trying.
Dude, No Man's Sky actually winning an award though.
Honestly,
that's wild.
I have a friend who absolutely loves No Man's Sky now, and it sounds about right. Like, I've heard that they had a lot of changes to it, and they made it an actually really compelling game.
It's surprising they actually kept working on this, because I feel like a lot of companies would just like try and ignore it. Just pretend it never existed.
Exactly.
It will never get rid of mixed reviews on Steam because,
that's just how it goes. But you know what? That's fine. It is
The launch was yeah. If you don't remember, the launch was like one of maybe the worst launches.
It was
in the past
horrible.
decade.
Like, I just remember hearing stuff about like how the game was just buggy as crap and just empty. Like the entire game was empty, which was a shame.
I'm not even sure if it had like multiplayer at the start, but
I don't know.
At least it has like like a lot more aspects of that now.
Yeah,
which I assume is what caused a lot of people to like it a lot more.
Oh yeah,
and to keep the game kind of alive.
Mm-hmm. One of my friends, so my friend who had it also said that there was a lot of like new actual stuff that they put in, and there was a bunch of mining and stuff that he could do, and it was just like a really good game for like. It felt like there was a risk reward now, and there was a lot of interesting things that could happen, and a lot of sort of random options, which sounds pretty cool. Sounds good, dude. Sounds good.
Yeah. Dude, I looked at like best role playing, and so Final Fantasy 1 again.
Okay.
I feel like at some point you should not allow like remakes to be in that category, though.
Yeah.
I understand like the Final Fantasy remake is kind of like new, but like Persona 5 Royal, they released the game not that long ago. Like Royal is just like the same version with sort of a DLC added.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird they're nominated again.
A little bit weird, to be honest.
Because like when you look at that, at the 5 nominations, there's 3 actual games that were released this year.
Yeah. That's pretty troll, actually.
Yeah.
I'd also like to mention something that's really funny to me. Best sim slash strategy. Firstly, those two things should be different categories, for sure. Secondly, the nominated ones are Crusader Kings 3, Desperados 3, Gears Tactics, XCOM Chimera Squad, and the winner is Microsoft Flight Simulator.
They really added one sim game. Well, I mean, I guess Crusader Kings is sort of Crusader Kings is a little bit of a sim game, but you would mostly say strategy for it. And then they make them one sim game with it.
This is like all of the things Microsoft Flight Simulator need.
That's really I don't even know if this is real, but it'd be so funny if Microsoft just like make us win an award, and then you're like, oh, okay, that's it'd be so funny if they just like best flight simulator game. This only nominate Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Microsoft Flight Simulator, and then like 7 things that came out like in 2001.
Yes.
Okay. But there were also other things that happened during the Game Awards, specifically new videos and stuff of releases. Some of the ones that came to mind. So me and Vince also, we played like Endless Space and Endless Legend a lot, and Humankind got a video, and it just looks like Civ. It's just Civ.
I mean, it kind of looked like Civ before, but like, what was the trailer like? Because I didn't watch it, so give us your.
It looked like the trailer was just like, haha, look at all of these things that humans have done. And then after the things that humans had done, it looked like a bad Facebook game, Civ.
Oh no!
Like, you know, like one of those things, like that kind of art style of the Facebook games, but Civ.
Yeah,
that's what it looked like.
Like those ones with like the microtransactions and shit.
Yeah, like the very like, it looked like a very like the kind of cartoony art style slightly. And then it was just Civ, from what I saw. But I don't know how like different it's going to be, and if it is at all going to be different. But you know, we can.
I found it, yeah. So I found it a bit of a weird choice. They decided to do because like this is their first game. They're going to sell at €50.
Yeah.
And they decided to do it in like a scene they didn't have experience in, which is. A little bit Monka, dude. A little Monka-esque.
Bit of Monka-esque. Bit of the Monka-esque.
And yeah, especially because it kind of seems like their fans of like the endless games might not
Yeah.
actually be interested in this.
Yeah, I kind of don't care at all,
Yeah.
to be honest. But they
I
also released a trailer for Endless Dungeon, which is basically fucking I've forgotten what the game is called. Give me a second. The game is called Jesus Christ, Endless something. What the fuck? It's Dungeon of the Endless. Oh my god, yeah.
yes, that
Dungeon
that.
of the Endless. It's basically that but remastered, and I'm really actually very hyped for that.
Yeah, that game was actually really cool. It just kind of lacked content at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I
Which
don't think
is
we
what they're adding.
did. We finish it? I don't
No,
remember.
it's like
Uh,
a like so it's a dungeon. It's like a roguelike, but it's also at the same time a wave defense game. It's really weird.
yeah.
And they are releasing basically an updated version of it with better content and better. Like it just looks better. It just looks really good.
Oh, it's 3D now.
Yeah, and it's like it actually looks genuinely very cool. And
Because
like
Dungeon of the Endless was like a €10 game
yeah,
or something. So yeah, it was good. It just wasn't too like was not very polished, I guess is what you could say. Like the core things were very good. It was pretty fun.
It was very fun for the time we played, and it was definitely worth the money. And
yeah.
Looking at like the two games side by side, Humankind and Endless Dungeon, I would much rather play Endless Dungeon. I genuinely like if you gave me like a full polished version of both of those games and said you have 50 quid, you can only buy one, I would buy Endless Dungeon any day of the week. Like actually.
Yeah. It's just so much fun to play with friends as well.
Yeah, like that's just like that's what like they're like the main thing that I've always looked at for them that looked very very good was just the fact that like all of their games are really fun with friends for me, because like obviously we both play the games, and just in general I really think that like their multiplayer is not necessarily the best, but it's good like for the most part.
Yeah, I feel like with 4X games, it's kind of a requirement at this point to have multiplayer.
You need multiplayer. Like multiplayer just doesn't. Like you need it.
I mean, it's maybe it sounds weird because like I know some people always just play it solo.
Yeah.
But it adds so much to like I wouldn't really play 4X games that much solo. Like
not
actually, yeah, it's so much fun.
There's a point where like playing it solo, there's only so far you can get, but it becomes a lot more fun when you decide, hey, we're gonna just do a really stupid thing and put all of the bots on the enemy team, and it's just me and a couple friends killing all of these bots. That sounds great. Which we've done a couple times, and that was very, very, very scary.
Yeah, because the bots cheat, dude.
They do cheat. They always cheat. Always.
They are called unfair difficulty.
They actually call unfair difficulty for a reason.
Yes.
But yes, moving on to other things that were released in the Game Awards. Sephiroth in Smash. Just really funny to me.
Ooh.
Long sword man in Smash. That's it.
Cool.
That's the joke. Cool. I don't play Smash much. I don't play Final Fantasy much. But you know, long sword man in Smash. Cool. It's almost like they didn't already have like a billion people with swords because Fire Emblem characters. But you know, and Cloud and cool. But yeah, moving on swiftly. Yes, Callisto Project, which is basically just Dead Space but different. They released a video on that. That looks really cool as well because I like Dead Space, but it's just Dead Space again.
Is it just called Callisto or like Callisto?
It's called Callisto Project.
It's not on Steam. So.
It's not on Steam yet. They only released like a video for it, and that was it. And no, like actually, I don't think there was any gameplay in the video.
Which company was it from?
I don't remember actually. Give me a second. It was. It's meant to be next gen stuff, but I do not remember. what it's called. Like, I don't remember the company actually. My brain is malfunctioned. But yeah, like it looked cool. Just Dead Space. Just Dead Space. That's it. That's all I remember. It's vaguely Dead Space, so that's cool. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
So, from other games that have been
yes.
released recently,
Yes.
how do you feel about
Robot Vents.
that one game, Rage?
What one game?
Oh, well, the robot fits because Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk.
How do you feel about Cyberpunk, Rage?
Oh, baby. I have opinions on this game. So I haven't played as much as a lot of the other people I know have played.
Can't hear you.
Oh, hello? Hello?
Oh,
Vince?
yes, I hear you then.
Yeah, okay. I haven't played as much as a lot of the other people I know have played. Like, I've only played like 10 hours, and I've legitimately played one of the first main missions. And that's about it of like main missions. All of the other stuff I've been doing has just been running around and doing all the random like side things. Like there's just like random missions of the NCPD's like, hey, kill these guys and we'll pay you and give you cred. And I'm like, hey, sure, I'll do it. That sounds good. Or like there's like random missions of like hit marks from one of the NPCs, which is pretty cool. But it feels like a very weird game to me because firstly, all of the bugs I've noticed, I've had so many bugs myself, but none of them have been like game breaking. They're just really funny ones, like
the T-posting that.
The T-posing.
Like, yeah.
I have experienced T-posing.
T-posing is very funny, though.
Very funny. There was a bug I experienced where one of the enemies ran around a corner, got caught on the corner, and then just like went sideways on the floor. And you know there's like that breakdancing move where you're on the floor sideways and you just run and you basically spin in a circle, right? This enemy was doing that, except he kept running faster and faster until he got to super speed, and then he just shot up into the air and died. Like, I mean, I heard the death sound and he got thrown into the air and I never saw him again. Which was something.
Yeah. You didn't see Keanu Reeves yet, right?
I have not yet seen Keanu Reeves, no. I am excited for that at some point. But
you want to bang Keanu Reeves.
We definitely want to bang Keanu Reeves. That is a goal. Keanu Reeves is the goal of this entire playthrough. But like it feels like this. The best way to explain Cyberpunk right now is it's a world that's so full it's empty. That sounds really stupid, but there's like a lot of random stuff going on the map, and it looks like there's a lot of stuff. But when you're just running from thing to thing, like, you know how I feel like I'm used to playing GTA and other games, where if you like walk up to a random person, they will say something, but you won't prompt them saying something. They'll just say something, and it'll feel different every time, and they'll actually have a response to you, right? Sort of thing.
Yeah. I've heard like some people say that the AI is literally worse than GTA 4.
It's so bad. Like the driving AI for the like random bots is just horrible. They do the stupidest things.
Oh god.
The like random people on the streets have like 3 phases of "Hi, how are you? How's it going?" and then "The end times are coming. I have seen the future, and we all die." And that's it. Like, no joke. Like, it was really funny because I was in a bar just chilling, and this really rich guy is just walking around. Like, he looked really rich, full suit and everything, white, full white suit, Asian-looking dude. I walk up to him, press F to talk. I talk to him, and he's like, "The world is going to end, and I will be there to see it." And I'm just like, "Excuse me? What?" And that's it. And you can't get anything more out of them. And then the next thing I say, he's like, "Oh, hi, how are you?" And it's just like, what? What? What has that got to do with anything? Excuse me? Okay. But like, there's obviously like a lot of things going into the game, because there are lots of like random conversations you can overhear, but it's just a shame that there's like lots of stuff that it just feels like they put a lot of random stuff in, but they've like, it doesn't feel as alive as it should, even though it is.
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot harder because they decided that like, well, they didn't decide. I mean, I guess just the story requires there to be a lot of people in the cities.
Yeah.
And when you look at something like Skyrim and I don't know if you played you played Bloodlines for a bit, right? Vampire
Yeah, a little
Masquerade
bit.
Bloodlines.
Yeah.
The parts that you're playing in are they have a lot less people in them, so it's a lot easier to actually make everyone that's there sort of feel alive,
Exactly.
But if you have so many people, that means that like a majority of them are going to be mindless NPC.
Yeah. One of the other things I noticed is, so there's like this thing that you get very quickly where you can scan people and they will come up with their name or like and their affiliation and then any like prior history because you're scanning through a criminal database, right?
Yeah.
And everybody under the sun is just NC citizen, and that's it. And it feels really disappointing that you couldn't at least I feel like it would have been a lot better even if they just put like a random name generator with like a bunch of names in it, and then just go, this is John Johnson, NC citizen. That's it. You just need a name, and it makes it so much more interesting.
Dick size there, dude.
Oh no, dude. No, please don't do it.
Small PP.
Small PP, dude.
Small. I feel like something with this game, it should have been advertised as like a adventure game, action adventure game, rather than an RPG.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it does feel like to some extent option like you can do things that change things, but it doesn't feel like it does much so far. But the other thing that kind of annoys me is the enemies are just bullet sponges. Like all of them.
Yeah.
Are bullet
sponges. I have heard that the combat is a bit brain dead.
Yeah.
But maybe it's like because heard some say that like you do have some other enemies later on.
Yeah.
So that will probably make it more interesting. But like when I saw you playing with a katana, it looks so boring. Because like the thing is, you're not playing against any other people that fight melee, most of the time.
Yeah, they all just have guns. Everybody has guns. The main issue I had was even the people who fight melee, all you need to do is run up and stab them, and then they get staggered, and then you kill them.
Yeah, the stagger is pretty. You should not stagger every hit.
Yeah, but also at the same time, if I didn't stagger every hit, katanas would be useless because I'd run up, stab someone, and then get shot and die because you get one shot in this game by everything. Like legitimately, my like entire game plan became I'm running at this enemy, shoving needles into my arm to heal myself as I get close to him so I don't die on the way, and then I hit him like 4 times and he dies.
I mean, you were playing on hard though, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but I mean, if they already one-shot you, I don't think there's too much of a difference. Like hard should not be too different from normal because there's also like very hard.
Yeah, I don't know. It just feels weird. But I didn't also notice that there's a whole tree dedicated to stealth, and I picked a couple of the stuff in stealth, and you can put a silencer on your gun, and you just one-shot everything with headshots while silenced, sneaking around. Which is something.
I mean, I usually like stealth in games, although you said it was kind of buggy.
Yeah, it was very buggy. Because the assassinating people is like sometimes the prompt just doesn't come up. And it's not like you can just like walk up and stab someone because it doesn't count as the modifier. So it's just like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I realize a lot of people do love the game because like it has a good story and stuff.
I love the game. Yeah, I'm saying all of this, but I love this. Yeah, it's really fun.
It's not like it's bad. It just some things could be better.
Oh yeah, I like for sure. I think
it's a great story and stuff. So
yeah, so far it seems really cool. And I love cyberpunk stuff in general. I think just some tweaks. And you know what? Maybe some mods like Skyrim to come out. Like this game could easily become the next Skyrim. With some time and some effort and some love and some modders.
Yeah, I think it. I hope they are like. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I thought it was like. I hope they are willing to work with like the community a lot, so they can actually get a lot of mods. Because this seems like a great game to get a lot of mods out of.
For sure.
What else I want? So I remember like watching like the tutorial of like the combat of like both you and Yannick play.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird, but it feels like it does all the things it does have already been done before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when it comes to combat.
So far.
Like like it's pretty much the way Far Cry plays with combat, with like stealth, and
it is.
It's like a adapted Far Cry.
So
is what it feels.
A little bit. The only like big thing that changes the game is the hacking, right? But even that feels very weird to use for me, and I've been like forcing myself to like actually sit down and try things by hacking people and then trying to get them to do things like blinding them and stuff before I go in for stuff, or like pinging all of the enemies before I kill them so I can see where everyone is and plan around it. And it just doesn't. Maybe like it's that point in the game where I'm a bit too early trying to do too difficult stuff, but it doesn't feel impactful yet. And it's just a bit weird, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, do you still feel like it's worth full price, or do you think it's like a wait for like 20% off kind of thing?
I would say wait till they patch some stuff, and then it's worth full price, 100%.
Yeah.
I think you could easily spend 10 times, like, if the way I consider it is if you were to, like, work for that many hours of the time you're playing, if you can spend more time playing than the hours you worked to earn that thing, then it's worth it, right?
Yeah.
Nice. And I think that this game could easily exceed those hours. I think I could easily play 200-300 hours in this game. Easily.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think it's important to know that it's more of an adventure game rather than RPG.
Yeah.
In a lot of aspects.
Yeah, it is.
Because to me, like for me, it's not really my thing. I'd rather like watch you play it through.
Yeah.
Rather than play it myself, because I don't know if it makes sense, but it feels like it doesn't really seem like you can control the way your character acts. I feel like your character is kind of always an asshole at the start.
I mean, a little bit. You can kind of like guide it, but like it's the way it feels like is your character's a bit of an asshole, and you can either go full asshole or decide to go sort of asshole, right? And it feels like there are lots of. It's like I don't know, it's the merc with a heart, you know, like the guy who's is you know, they're a bit of a dick, but they got your back kind of thing. Is V. And I do quite enjoy a lot of the side characters already. But it's just like I couldn't tell you for the life of me any of their names at all. I don't know why, but all of their names have just been erased from my memory. But it's a good game so far. I do enjoy it. It's just I haven't been playing it that much because, to be honest, I'd rather just to some extent right now. I've been doing WoW stuff as well, and I'd rather just sit and like grind that for a bit. And I'm not the most single player person in the world either. Like, you have to pull me out of a group most of the time because I usually like playing things with people, right?
Yeah, that's
how it be.
Fair.
Most of the reason why I play MOBAs, right? Because I'm playing with people all the time, even if most of them are fucking ass.
I'm pretty sure they're already planning to do some DLCs for Cyberpunk, though.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah. I wonder if they're gonna keep sticking to the same character, or if they will add like a whole new thing.
That would be interesting. It'd be interesting to see which way they go with that, actually. Because
it does feel
would be cool.
It does feel like there's like some part of the world that you could explore more.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, how long have we been going, right?
We have been going for we've actually been going for just about an hour now.
Just about an hour.
Just about an hour. So it's about the cutoff point. So you wanna say any final things before we go?
Fuck.
Fuck, dude.
Tell me something to do for next week.
Oh,
I
dude.
mean, I guess.
Kind of. That's a little bit of a difficult one considering the situation everything's in right now.
Yeah.
So we'll get back to people on anything that we're gonna do for next week. Right now, I guess, unless you have anything in mind. Currently.
Just the things you're supposed to do, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we'll work on some music. Book.
Oh, can you say something that you just absolutely love about Cyberpunk to not leave it on a negative note?
Something I absolutely love about Cyberpunk to not leave it on a negative note. There is like this thing where you can do like the best way to explain it is it's called brain dancing, where it's like you play through someone's point of view for like a scene, and then you get to do like some Arkham Asylum shit. Where like there's the stuff where he like sees all of the where Batman goes and sees how everything worked out, right? You can kind of like pull yourself out of this like person's view and look around and see all of these cool extra things and be like play detective, and that shit is the coolest shit. Like it is so cool. I love it. Don't
it's
mind
kind of like
that it's copyrighted to fuck all of the music and it could induce epilepsy, but it's cool.
Did you say the music could induce epilepsy?
Not the music. There's a lot of flashing lights in those sequences, and the music is copyrighted. So, yikes.
Yeah, that's a bit sad. But it looks like a if you've seen that intro of like Detroit Become Human, it's kind of like that, but like a better version of it.
Yes, definitely. It's dope. It's like by far one of my favorite things about this game. Just going through those. Pretty cool. Very cool.
Yes. And then not being able to find what you need and rewind
exactly. Yeah.
Great.
Fuck. And it's also really funny hearing all of the voice actors say things backwards. I know like it's just rewinding it and playing it backwards. I know that's how it's working, but it sounds really funny hearing the voice actors say things backwards effectively. Really, it's just small things.
All right.
One last thing before we go.
Oh.
I did want to say that there was one other game that looks extremely fun at some point called It Takes Two that it was is being released at some point. And basically, the entire point of the game, I think it's called It Takes Two or something like that. Yeah. The entire point of the game is it's a 2-player thing. And it's just human people get dumped into a weird world and have to figure out their relationship. And it's a 2-player game.
Oh, I think it's... Wait, I think I've seen this.
And it looks...
Oh, never mind, I've not seen this.
It looks very cool and very fun. And we're definitely going to play it at some point when it is released in 19 years. But yeah, dude. I think that's all I got. That's all you got?
Yeah, that's all I got.
All we got. Okay. So, thank you guys for watching the That's the Name podcast. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. The Sag will maybe be removed for next episode. We'll see. I like the Sag. The Sag is like a mainstay now. It's just it's a Sag, dude. You can't leave. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed.